Testing. One, two, three. So we starting this podcast, man. We're gonna chop it up. You know, we're from Pilsen. My name is Johnny.
Ruben, infamous.
Yeah, he is infamous. He is infamous. You know, so we're gonna chop it up. Things about Pilsen, Chicago. You know, and hot topics. You know, what's controversial, what's not, what people feel.
Trying to provide solutions to the problems that we have, and hear everybody talk about each one. You know what would be interesting, Johnny? Like if we have the people that disagree with it, tell us what they agree with, and the ones that agree with it, tell us what they disagree with it, so we can get an unbiased opinion.
Yeah, that's what we want: unbiased, unfiltered, and we want to make sure we have different points of views. I have guest speakers, different people on here. We're testing this out. We're going to go live on YouTube, Facebook, and different platforms. So that's what we want to do. We want to make great dialogue with our community and make sure everybody has a voice. It's never, and then just bring regular people, on as guests and, talk about, real issues.
Like I already talked to the alderman of the 25th ward, so he's already down on board. I just got to see what day he's available, and we'll set up a meeting, and he'll for sure be one of our speakers. That way he'll be able to know anything you want to ask him or anything we've been discussing, so we can know that he should prioritize those issues if he really cares about us.
Yeah, we'll put it on for everybody to be able to hop in. At first, probably everybody's it's gonna be a little rough to get everybody's view across, but we'll see how it goes. Everybody wants to be heard out, and we'll try to do our best. So, Ruben, what do you want to talk about? We're gonna try. This is gonna be our first week. What we're gonna talk about today?
I did a poll a couple weeks ago, or at least 2 weeks ago, and so far the results say the top 3 topics everybody wants to talk about.
You wanna check the poll? Log in real quick. We'll see the poll. We can log in and check the poll. We're not gonna go live on there. We go check the poll. So you check this out. Go ahead. So we're gonna jump on, share the screen real quick. Check some polls that Ruben's brought up. Ruben's one of his announcements he put. I care about Pilsen because it's my home. Let's talk about some of the problems. We need some solutions for. I want to hear everybody's opinion. The same. I want to hear me out without insulting each other. Even if you disagree. So he had one of the things. Add options. Vote 1-on-1 for more options. Options will be the topics. We will discuss these topics. 5, we will create policy. 6, we will vote on it, and then we will all agree. We want to introduce our solution. We want everyone to vote on it. We had a little small, and one of the big ones. It says gang violence may be called for a truce. That had 33 votes, and that was pretty big. Gentrification.
That's something we really don't talk about.
People don't talk about. Gang violence and how Pilsen
making the gangs form a truth.
Yeah,
we always talk about the gentrification, which is the second one.
Yes,
regulating it.
You would think gentrification would be the top of the list, but this is a little bit different. Gang violence, maybe a call for the truce. That's spot on. So that's pretty cool. I like that. See what Ruben, I'll give him another vote. So. And then regulating gentrification. Oh man, that's a hot topic right there. Everybody
always complains about gentrification.
Yeah, man.
I'm personally I'm technically for gentrification. I think it does better for the neighborhood. Other people obviously are going to disagree because they don't want to get in this place.
See, I disagree with Ruben. I hear, man. I'm not in favor of gentrification. I feel like it's that's why it's a hot button issue. Not everybody agrees with it. Me, I disagree with gentrification. I feel like, we a lot of these people that, move in don't contribute, they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to, basically they see you passing by. They don't want to address you, you're what's there in their vision and you're what's they want not to be there. At least that's how I feel that it's more, about not, they want to be a part of your, take part of your culture, but they don't want to take part of you, and that's where I draw the line. I feel like
disagree with gentrification is what is who's the one gentrifying? Give me a description of how that person looks or who those persons are. Because nobody could answer that question. I'll tell you that right.
Who's the gentrifier, right? This is where I disagree with a lot of the wokies. You know what I call the wokies here in Pilsen. A lot of people, like, you know, listen, I'm not going to mention any names. The people that say who's the gentrifier, you know, they'll right away they'll go on racial lines and say a white person, right? So white person is gentrifying, you know, or get out of my neighborhood, you're white. And I disagree with that. I feel that things are more on an economic level. I feel like whether you're black, you know, brown, white, yellow, it doesn't matter what color you are, you have the ability to gentrify on an economic and have economic status and privilege depending on your position in life. So, and that's the thing where and then that involves you moving into a neighborhood to basically displace the low income individuals that live in that neighborhood by raising rents, by influencing property values, by buying something that was worth $40,000 home and now buying it for $500,000. You know, basically changing the market value for homes in the neighborhood, and now you're increasing the outright property value and property taxes for the neighborhood. So now property taxes go up for your regular homeowner that don't have the money to pay those property taxes. Now what they have to do is raise rent on regular folk that normally were paying $600.
What ends up costing the rent increase? It's not like a person who moves in, what they call a gentrifier, says, "Oh, you know what? I'll pay you $1,500 for it." They don't shit. They can pay.
It's not their fault. The people want to move wherever they want,
and that's pretty much like I tell people, like, don't
the thing.
That, like, people raising the property tax.
So the people that are raising the property tax, you know, we got to talk about them. There's certain people that affect the property taxes. You know, like Fritz Katie. And he's a politician that, you know, affects property taxes. People don't talk about it. People don't really know hey, how does Fritz Kagie affect my property taxes?
And not only that, like,
it's Cook County. You know, when they assess you had Joe Barrios. You know, you have the big influx where he was raising property values astronomically for different reasons in different neighborhoods and targeting low income neighborhoods. And having disproportional property taxes for the property values. So you're telling me a $40,000 home that is bought is paying $5,000 in property taxes? That makes no sense, right? So you don't have evened out property taxes, you know, throughout Chicago. You know, you have
again uniform taxes.
Yeah, it's not uniform. It's not like, oh, I'm paying the same portion of my property tax. Let's say I pay 10% of my
like, it should be more proportional.
Yes, the market value for my home is $300,000. I'm paying 10%, and everybody's paying 10%. It's just not how it works, you know. Appeals. What happens when they appeal their taxes? They look for a lower rate, right? So now when they look for a lower rate on their taxes, that affects everybody because the city still has the county, everybody. They still have to get the same type of revenue. So what happens is they try to make up for that revenue everywhere else.
That's what it looks like.
And
that's what it is.
And that's a big issue we have. You know, it's when we allow these politicians like Fritz Katie, you know, Alma Anaya, we allow them to basically affect our property values and property taxes, and allow them just to rate property values. And when you have a mayor, Mayor Lightfoot, to say, hey, you know, I'm gonna raise property values because they don't know how to balance the budget. That's when we have issues, you know. And that's what you know, I think about it. It's more about, you know, the people that, you know, have something to do. And now fiscally, I don't know what the city has in place to get their money right and balance their budget. But anytime you tax homeowners,
they were talking about raising the property tax.
You're taxing the homeowners to fix you know, your economic woes. You tax the average person, you know.
Become more dependent too.
Yeah, you tax your average person that pays rent. You know, now they become dependent on government. Because they become dependent on Section 8. They become dependent on people that they should not be dependent on. You know, instead of having you basically disincentivize people from buying properties, you know?
And not only that, that's one of the factors people don't consider, the happiness value. Like, how happy are you with what you have and pretty much how things are. And they don't take that into consideration. As far as they're happy, they don't care if the people are happy, as long as they're happy with the results of whatever actions they took, pretty much. That's how the government works right here in Chicago.
Yeah, so we don't have all the right answers, you know? We're just talking a little bit how things work and what we'll understand, you know? And it's
like, correct us if we're wrong. Fact check us.
Yeah, fact check.
Literally live. Don't wait till that podcast is over.
Yeah, you get, when we start, you know, let us know, you know, and we can work together to find solutions and find truth. You know, it's now one of the other things he had here. Somebody bought rent control, and I know Ruben has his opinions on rent control. I have my opinion.
I mean, I already kind of like mastered it a little bit. So now, I don't got the proposal right from the top of my head. But like, for example, I was proposing something like allowing anybody to rent pretty much without checking their income, but the rent is going to be based on 30% of their income. So it's like a blind deal, you could call it.
Okay.
You get me? Where you rent it to somebody just because you need it filled by somebody. And then pretty much you get stuck with that person for either a day, a week, a month, a year. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like the 30% income, then you can pretty much not renew the lease.
So you basically have... See, I disagree with that. You know, what Ruben is talking about is having property owners gamble on tenants. So basically, I'm gonna take a gamble. I'm gonna rent to somebody blindly, right? And say, hey, I'm rolling the dice. I don't know if you're gonna give me my the money I need to be able to pay off these property taxes, water bill, gas and light, if that's included. You know, I'm not sure if I'm be able to pay these taxes and all this stuff for the home repairs and stuff like that. So I'm taking a gamble on somebody that I don't know how much they make.
But that's that's the thing though, Johnny. Like that's how it will work at first, right? But then the second thing, like you're saying, you just came up with a problem based out of that, right? So that's kind of how we want people to talk about the problems. Like you point one out, right? So that I forgot to mention the second part, which is the one that recovers the like let's say your market value is $1,200, but the person only makes $600, right?
Yeah.
So we could have something where between all of us, like in the neighborhood, we pretty much make up the difference to kind of like make the property owner feel like he ain't getting cheated out, so he can have anything for repairs. But it got to be exclusively for repairs, whatever we make up for him, you can say.
So
money got to come from somewhere. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Somebody got to pay.
We have another one here. It says we need Ruben to understand that he is not honest to himself. Steve Alexander from 21st Street. Steve Alexander from 21st Street. Jack of all trades. You call him Jack in the Box. You call him whatever you want. He's a cool guy. I'm hearing he's single. No, I'm just playing, Steve. Don't get at me. So we're not sponsored by McDonald's, but hey, we'll take it.
The one on Cermak and Western only. So
Steve Alexander says small business loans from Pilsen residents to open a business at every single storefront on Cermak, 18 and Ashland, etc. So Steve Alexander, that's small business loans. It's needed. The thing with small business loans, it's both of you. You have to develop a business mindset in the neighborhood that people have to apply for these business loans. The people that apply for them don't normally are from the neighborhood. These business loans have to go to people that they are new business owners. So I like your statement there, but I would put a clause. The only way you could get a business loan is if you're unaffiliated with any other business
and been living in the neighborhood,
and you have your address. Oh, wow. Your address is within the boundaries of the neighborhood of Pilsen. So you have to live within the boundaries for, I say, 2 years consecutively. And those 2 years, you have to show proof of a gas and light bill. And I'm pretty sure most people that live in the neighborhood for 2 years are well invested in the neighborhood.
Yeah, because that's pretty much investing in the neighborhood by focusing on people who want to invest in our neighborhood.
Yeah, so you got a gas and light bill 2 years, And then we can add that. That'll be a wonderful idea to have business loans, but you have to have clauses. A lot of people, when they talk about, oh, let's have business loans, have this and that. You know, what happens is they don't have basically anything drawn out. So they don't put clauses in it. They don't just say, hey, we're going to give out this money. Well, we don't with no stipulations. And what happens is the wrong people get the money, right? So it's like people from the neighborhood that want to open up a business, you know, they don't get no money. You know, and when they want to apply for it, money dries out because you have other investors wanting to get that money as well. So we gotta have clauses. We gotta be, and when we fight for stuff that for small business loans in the neighborhood, we gotta make sure we have these clauses in place. And we can't just spit out rhetoric, all small business loans. No, we got small business loans with 2 years of gas and light bill in the neighborhood.
Conditional loan, pretty much.
With a condition. We can't have just business loans. No,
the problem I got with loans in general are like, okay, so where's the money for the loan coming from? That's what you always gotta ask when you say people want free stuff, right? But who's gonna pay for it? And like, what do the people that are paying for it like get out of it? You get me? Like, we could kind of say like, well, everybody in Pilsen, like a voluntary type of tax. You get me? That will work. You know, we'll collect interest on it, so we'll kind of like share the wealth.
My guy is a libertarian aspect, you know.
I'm just saying, like somebody got to pay for it.
Crowdfunding, right? So
pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Like what taxes are, but you know, without being forced, like you better pay. I'm gonna throw you in jail.
And so we got that's a different idea. Crowdfunding, it can be, you know, positive, but we have to have people involved.
Yeah, like you have like some kind of like mandatory minimum.
Yeah, we have to have a community.
And then like optional maximum. You get me? Yeah. Like, well, this is your obligation if you feel like paying it, you know? If you want to be generous enough for the neighborhood, so the neighborhood will be generous to you and provide services and goods that you probably don't have right now that you need. So you don't have to go like 30 minutes away to go get something that you can finally find in the neighborhood. Like,
so you have Steve Alexander says, we need Ruben to understand that he is not the honest to himself about the side he takes on political matters. Shots fired at Steve Alexander from 21st. Shots fired.
Oh, like, man. For yourself, buddy. That's pretty much what Johnny's
He's shooting
I hope he's being
sarcastic. Hey, Steve Alexander, you to stop shooting blanks. He is not infamous for no reason.
That's another one like that, isn't it?
Oh, we got another one from Steve Alexander. He said, banks need to stop devaluing POCs. What's POCs, man?
People of color.
People of color, property investments, and issue larger loans to individuals over developers.
So I kind of agree with them on that.
Okay, like, so
believe it or not, I agree with you, Steve.
So, Steve, you got devaluing people of color's property investments. You got to elaborate on that. You know?
I agree with the second part, not that part.
People of color's property investments and issue larger. Okay, so people of color's property investments and the issue larger loans to individual over. You know, Steve, we're allowed to talk to you, man, because I want to see what you have here.
Like what proposal you have?
No. What evidence you have of devaluing of your claims? Yeah. So let's figure this out. If this is happening, let's make some noise, man. You know, we can't just say it. We got to do something
like,
about it.
How are they devaluing property investments? And not only that, the ones of people of color. Like, show us the victims.
Yeah.
We're going to hear from them.
You're a victim?
I'm not a victim of that.
He said, I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. He said, man, Steve Alexander going ham on these
got a bunch of good proposals. The victim was one of the ones that got hired.
Oh man, so we got Steve Alexander says banks need to fund financial security of longtime resident of Pilsen. Oh, going at the banks now.
See, that's just somebody who
hates
rich people, in my opinion.
Oh, Steve, you said you hate rich people. Now, Steve, I agree. You know, we got some banks, you know, got some fraudulent loans and different things that banks do to take advantage of people. But you said that they need to fund financial security of longtime residents. Okay, I can see that, but we got to make sure how.
And not only that, what are they using the money for?
What are they using for it?
Or why do they need security in the first place?
Yes,
why? Banking their money away?
Yeah, and why do they need to do it? Why do they need to do it? And have a basically a step-by-step explanation. Then why do they need to do it and for what? But I'm all for it. And then we got another one we got Ruben Pantoja. It says giving people a choice to decide on their own.
Pretty much. Like, for example, the schools, you know how they were doing the Board of Education thing? I haven't even checked what were the results. If they were going to allow people, they wanted to send their kids to school to go to school, and the ones that didn't, not to. And if the ones that did send them to school, like eventually back down, they're able to just pull them out again whenever they want to. And that's cool. That's how it should be. Hey, that's how we're saying. That's how it should be. Give me the option to send my kid to school if I feel like it. If my kid wants to go, you got to take the kid into consideration too.
And we got another one here. We got another one here. We got some more people here. We got here Mijita Rara said accessible and free local programs and apprenticeships for Pilsen youth. So I'm all for that. We need more apprenticeship.
Career focus, environmental. The only problem with that.
So one thing we have. They said we have no resources. That's what the alderman said, right? Mm-hmm. We got somebody. We got Ilko. They're doing big stuff, man. They're gonna be a big facility, right? Man,
you heard what they didn't even want Ilko. They're like,
no, they don't want Ilko.
They're mad about the demolition.
Yeah, they're mad about it. But look at. We got Little Village got Ilko. We got Ilko in our backyard. Fisk power plant right in Pilsen. Where Benito Juarez is at. The power plant was bought by Hilco. Now, if Hilco does anything with that piece of land or anything, we should ask for them to fund our youth, to have programs for our youth, and to make it accessible for career opportunities within our neighborhood. But the alderman needs to talk to Ilko. Hey, you know what? What are you having planned? And we need to have it in writing. Not only in writing, we need to have people accountable. If the stipulations are not met for the neighborhood and we don't complete, let's say 30 youth are not able to attain, job opportunities. 30 youth from the neighborhood are not able to attain job opportunities. The contract is over. We have to, and we got to have these stipulations in place to be able to help the neighborhood. We can't just say, hey, Ilko, we're going to work with you, but we're going to work with you, in good faith.
But the other thing, Johnny, let me cut you off real quick. We want them to provide all this good stuff, but the problem is that people are pretty much like kind of weighing the things out. Like, do we want the good stuff in favor of like messing up our health? You get me? With all the pollution, the semi trucks that are all going to be stopped, because it's going to be technically the biggest like distribution warehouse, like pretty much in the Midwest, or I think the whole United States.
And that's what we got to take account. It's
free stuff or better health.
We have to take some L's. When you take some L's, you got to make sure you take some concessions as well. We took that L already. More than likely, we took that L. But if you're going to take an L, make sure you supply opportunities and jobs for the neighborhood, and you apply and you provide a pathway for development within our neighborhood. That they need to develop our youth to become prosperous and become engaged with whatever they're doing, and make sure that they are engaged. And I'm not talking about engaged during Christmas time, giving out gifts. That's bullshit. We need keep our youth engaged. Whether it be apprenticeships. We need youth engaged in building management. We need youth engaged in making sure that they know how to process to quality and different things within a warehouse.
You're talking about like a career path, pretty much.
Yeah, career path for success. We can't just
be the warehouse worker all the time.
Yeah, we got to make sure we have upward mobility within the company, and have that in place for our neighborhood. And that's the only way I can see them, being in our neighborhood without any issues. So we have here Tocayo. Where's he at? Avoid post by Ruben Pantoja. Dang, man. Like that.
They don't call me infamous for nothing.
Ruben Vargas, my guy, man.
DJ Cholo.
DJ Cholo in the house. Oh my gosh, man. Avoid. Damn, man. Shots fired right here at Ruben, man.
I like having debates with him. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But he just sees his side, not the other side.
Dang, shots fired, man. We gotta have you as a guest, man. Tocayo, we gotta have you as a guest. So we got here Reed Astor. I know he's a fake account because I can't even understand what he's saying. It says, stop referring to Pilsen as a person. It is a community and a part of And part of a community is unity.
It's true, like unity.
Yeah.
They want a communist unity.
Yeah, communist China. That's what you want? No. So let's look at Reed Astor. Yeah, conceived on Adris Doria. Everything was smooth and sailing and then on. So we got to make sure he's not a fake account. This account was established in 2018. We blocking him. He gone. So you
I don't block nobody.
He said, man,
let him
put your real account, man. Put your real account, Reed Astor. Come on, man. Man.
Just let him show his opinion. Like, I like that opinion though.
Yeah, man.
People, it's true though. Like when people talk about Pilsen, they're like, "Oh, Pilsen doesn't like that. Pilsen doesn't like this."
You gotta
Pilsen
put your.
ain't cool with that. You got like, how do you like you represent yourself, not
Pilsen. Man.
We're a unit.
People love to talk crazy online, right? Man, we got chewy, don't chewy. I'm gonna leave the comment section alone, man, because
just go read it for yourself.
It goes crazy, man. Pilsen, Chicago, 6.1K members. Man, it's crazy up in here, man. We got to make sure we show love to each other, and we talk about.
Don't insult nobody you disagree with, because y'all. Y'all. That's literally what I say. Like, I don't even care about the insults. I be laughing because it's like, to me, insults don't mean nothing. They shouldn't mean nothing to you either. If somebody insults you,
don't insult nobody's mama, man. Very relaxed, man. Get slapped. You gotta relax, man. He's a nice guy, man. I'm a nice guy too, but we gotta make sure we treat each other nice, you know. But anything else you want to chop it up and talk about? You're good with that, man.
We got some guest speakers already lined up for the next one. And like I said, I contacted the alderman today because I want to for sure get him on board so we could talk about the stuff we mentioned in the post and see what he thinks about them and what he thinks about the solutions that we're proposing, and or just literally a Q&A, like, because there's a lot of stuff. Like, this is what I don't like about the media, that there's questions people want to ask certain people, but they don't ask them, you know, because they feel like, oh, that's too controversial, or like, I literally want to be open. I don't care if you want to talk shit to him. Like, just tell me, but it got to be in question format.
Open source.
Yeah, it got to be a question, though. Like I don't care if you tell them, like, why does this or why does that? But as long as it's a question, I don't care how stupid it is. Just tell me a question. And I'll make sure I deliver it, and you are going to be the witnesses of his question. Like, we asked it, and he answered.
Yeah. Like,
he's a very responsive person. I told Johnny before.
Yeah, like, man. One thing about Byron, man, he wasn't my vote. You know, I did not vote for him. I even campaigned against him. Believe that, man. That's crazy. I talk my smack about him. I'm like, oh, he's not for the neighborhood. He's not going to care about our issues.
Yeah, I heard a lot of rumors like that.
And it's true, man. He wasn't from the neighborhood, but sometimes, man, people from the neighborhood, they might not be from the neighborhood,
but they care more.
They care more, man. They want it more, and it's like, it's not if you're from the neighborhood, if you're a gentrifier or you're not. You see, do you care about the neighborhood? You know, do you care about uplifting people in the neighborhood? And that's what we need to work on. You know, it's not like, oh, he gentrified, he's rich, he got money. No. It's
like, focus on if he's actually solving the problems that we have, not the stuff he does outside of that.
Yeah, man. And a lot of people like myself, man, I love to poke fun at people, like politicians and what they've done, you know.
You like your boy Troy.
Yeah, man.
I like Troy. He's badass when it comes to numbers. Like,
yeah, poke fun at
the next stuff, and he'll be like, look at this. He'll tell you a story with numbers. I like that shit.
Yeah, so it's like, we got people in the neighborhood, man, that we got much love for them, man. And it's like, everybody wants to be the top dog, the alpha. But
everybody wants the chief, but not the Indian.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, a village needs both.
Yeah, we got to make sure we gather our brothers and make sure the chief understands, you know, hey, the ancestors. Indians matter, man. We matter. We make the people that make up the tribes matter. You know, we can't have leaders without people that they lead. You know, without having people that follow, and we got to make sure we hold them accountable as well.
And that's the thing, Johnny. Like, now, a lot of people still call me a libertarian because that's what I came with. Because technically, I do share a lot of beliefs with the libertarians. But now I even started my own little organization thing called Revolution Party. A lot of people have been making fun of it, but goddamn, it's like growing. They got like 3,000 likes in less than a week already, and counting. Because people agree with the message we're pushing. We're pushing for unity. You get me? Because we're against tyranny and we're against division. And a lot of people laugh at our ideas, but a lot of people agree. And what I want is the majority to become the minority, and the silent minority to become pretty much what they claim they are, the silent majority.
And we'll share one more screen real quick. See what we got here. We're sharing the screen right now, and we'll do the
montage we made.
Yeah, we got to play the video, man.
Right now they can see this.
Wait. Yeah, give me a second.
Like you want to check that screen, it would have just automatically.
So.
That's Johnny's one.
That's not me narrating. It's Ruben right here.
Play it one more time so they can hear it on
Yeah, what's up, man? So that's Mihogarchicago, Chicago. We'll have a better video for you guys, a better montage, and we're gonna keep going, man.
Opening song featuring one of Pilsen's finest, Chatovato.
Oh, wait, would you want to play it right now, real quick, 15 seconds?
Oh yeah, go to SoundCloud.
Do I need to sign in? You probably sign in right now. Go ahead. We're gonna show love right now to one of the guys from the neighborhood.
As a matter of fact, ready?
Let's do it. Come on.
The regular night sounds in the night.
That's
the birds of the night.
They chirp, right?
The good thing is not as often as before.
Pilsen, son. This is a dope song, man. Chatovato, check him out. It's the new kid in your fucking neighborhood. Telling me working, I wish them haters would. We got one. That's a dope song, man. Chatovato, check it out. Pilsen Anthem. SoundCloud, check it out. No? And show some love, man.
I want to give a shout out to Emerge. He just got recently signed to Kinky Soul's label, Virus Enterprises.
That's what's up, man.
That's one of Pilsen's very own. Finally got a major record.
One of Pilsen's finest, man. Got a record deal, major record deal. That's news to me, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. That's congratulations, Emerge, man. Showing love. Pilsen crowd. I would love to see your work, man, and see what you got to do, man. Keep grinding, man.
Yeah, man. Pretty much that's pretty much all I can think of right now. Like I said, I'm gonna make a new poll and see what y'all think about this podcast. See if you got any ideas, we can make it better. Other than that, just keep telling us what you want to talk about now. You know what I'm saying? We could keep discussing the same topics over and over till we get to the solution we're trying to reach, or we can start talking about other things too.
Yeah, so man, let's stay on, everybody. Pilsen proud, Pilsen strong, and we out.